Hi, I'm Dan Cara from Robotics Trends. We're here at the CES event in Las Vegas. I'm here with Marek Michalowski from Beatbots and asking him a couple of questions about his robots. How you doing, Marek?
Great. It's really exciting to be here.
So I see your great Keep On robot. It's drawing a lot of attention. Can you tell me at this particular time what this robot's designed for?
So the robot was actually designed a few years ago for autism therapy. That was the goal was to create a very simple social creature that kids who are normally overwhelmed by human social behavior, a simple robot could be comfortable for them, easily understand. The children would easily understand the emotions and attention that it's expressing. And therapists have been using this robot in therapeutic settings to try to encourage positive social behavior from these kids.
And in terms of like the research, has there been an increase in positive social behavior due to the use of the Keep On robot?
So we've seen, while the robot is being used, a lot of really good social behaviors, things that we take for granted like eye contact, vocalization, touching, from these kids that they're otherwise not doing with people. And so that's been really exciting for the therapists and the parents to see their children doing those kinds of things with this robot, because it shows us that if we can simplify the social context for them, the motivation to be social can shine through, and they do things that are really positive and we'd like to encourage. While we're providing this robot to therapists to use as a tool in those settings, we still have a lot more research to do to figure out whether these interactions actually generalize into the rest of their interactive lives. So we don't really know at this point, but we are working on getting this robot out now to other researchers at other institutions to do their own research in those settings. And we hope that by using the robot with different populations in many different settings, we can build up a good body of research and literature that will help us understand what effect robots like these can have in these therapeutic applications.
That's very interesting. So what features and functions does the robot have at this time?
So the robot has sensors like cameras in the eyes, a microphone in the nose that allow the therapist to really feel like they're inhabiting the body of the robot and to respond to the things that the children are doing in a proactive way to, reward things like touching and making eye contact with the robot. We've developed some interfaces on the computer that the therapist can use to puppeteer the robot in a very intuitive way. And then we've also been able to implement various autonomous behaviors onto the robot, like automatically detecting faces, colorful objects, things that are moving in the environment. We've also looked at rhythmic synchrony as an important component of social interaction, and we've been able to detect children's rhythmic movement, dancing, using pressure sensors in the floor or accelerometers to have the robot synchronize to their rhythmic movement. And that's both entertaining for kids of all ages to dance with the robot, but it also has potential applications in therapy itself. We've been working with movement therapists who use that kind of synchrony and movement to establish a connection with children and try to steer these interactions in a positive direction.
That's very interesting, and it's important work. How did you get involved with this?
Well, my background is in computer science and psychology, so I'm spending about half my time programming and the other half of the time doing user studies with kids, both in therapeutic settings as well as in preschools, kindergartens, and comparing how kids in these two groups, kids of different ages, all develop different kinds of relationships with these robots.
It's fascinating. So left brain and right brain analysis, at least coming from you. Who do you tend to market this to, and is the product for sale at this time?
Yeah, we are selling this robot now to researchers at institutions, whether they are doing autism therapy, as we've been doing, or doing other kinds of psychology studies. We've also had interest from museums who would like to create interactive installations with the robot for children to play with a robot in the museum setting. Also entertainment companies who want to make either music videos or interactive installations that are just purely entertaining. And so whereas we started in this kind of from this therapeutic context, the videos that we've made of the robot, doing that dancing have become very popular on YouTube, and this the way that this character resonates with people all around the world has been very encouraging for us, and has really allowed us to talk to many different kinds of people about how they could use a platform like this in their own settings. So it's been important to us to remain flexible and open to the kinds of customers that might be interested in using these kinds of robots, and we're focusing on providing a very high quality platform, very robust motors and good sensors that people can then use however they want to in their own applications, and then customizing the software that we're providing with the robot so that they can either drive the robot autonomously or control it by a person.
So a great, more generalized platform will be used for things other than the development of autistic children.
Exactly. I mean, the robot's simplicity really gives it a kind of universal appeal that allows both the research side of things and the entertainment side to come up with creative ways of putting this very engaging character in different kinds of interactive settings.
Okay, well that's great. Well anyway, I'm going to wrap it up here. So thank you very much for joining us today, and good luck with your robot.
Thanks very much.